Hi, this is Alex Payne, and today we're going to make an herbal glycerite or glycerin extract. I love glycerin extracts because they're great for children, elderly, and everyone in between. They're sweet and syrupy by nature, so you can use them to sweeten up things, but also as a medicinal preparation. Today we're going to do a chamomile herbal glycerin extract. I love chamomile as a bedtime treat, especially for fussy children, for those who have a hard time getting to bed, and you can also just sweeten up your cup of tea. We are using a quart jar, so this is 32 ounces, and so I'm going to go ahead and weigh out my herb. I'm going to do about a 1:10 ratio extract of this. So for every 1 part herb, I'll do 10 parts of our solvent. In this case, for 32 ounces, that equates to about 94 grams. This may take up a lot of space in the jar, so I may leave some room, but if you were to use a really nice grinder or blender, you could blend it up more finely so you could fit that better in the jar. Chamomile is also really supportive of the digestive system with those lovely aromatics. So this could be a really nice treat for when you have an upset tummy as well. If you wanted to do more of a folk style preparation without having to weigh out the herbs, if you notice, this is about 3/4 of the jar full. You could just fill the jar about 3/4 full. Next, I'm going to go ahead and weigh out the glycerin. And you may not be able to tell on video, but this is pretty thick and syrupy. So this also makes a really great herbal syrup. We'll just kind of let the air bubbles do their thing and let it sink down to the bottom so that all the glycerin coats the herb. If you're sourcing vegetable glycerin from other places besides Mountain Rose, which I highly suggest is a great source, you want to check and make sure the ethic and sustainability behind the product. I tend to not use palm-based product. If we were to blend this up more finely, this would go a lot faster. Okay, and then we add our water. And this would have been a little bit easier if we added our vegetable glycerin and water together to begin with, but this is how we did it today. So this is one way to make an herbal glycerin extract or glycerite. You can also do a heat simmer method where if you wanted this to be ready really quickly, because we're going to let this steep for about 2 to 4 weeks and then go ahead and strain it. If you wanted this to be ready within 4 to 8 hours, we could do a lovely heat simmer method where we basically make a canning bath. You want to make sure that as you're making a canning bath, you fill the pot that the jars will go in about halfway where the jar is. And we're just going to kind of simmer that for 4 to 8 hours. You'd want to make sure that there's something on the bottom of your pan or pot so it prevents the glass from breaking as it's heated up. But you just let that simmer for 4 to 8 hours. I think 4 works plenty well. And then you go ahead and strain it when it's pretty warm and it's easy to strain. It'll be ready within that day, which is one of the reasons why I love herbal glycerin extracts, because it's a pretty quick method. You can also do this kind of slow method where you let it steep for 2 to 4 weeks and then strain it and enjoy it then. This is a lovely preparation for kids, elderly, and just to enjoy and get a little medicinal benefit from. As with all preparations, I like to give them a good shake, store them in a cool, dark place. The more that you put in, the more medicine you're going to get out. So if you go in there and shake it or throw it in a blender, even just a couple of times or just today, it's going to pull out so much more medicine into that extract. Like I said, the more you put in, the more you get out.